Hi, I'm Gianna and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, thank you so much for joining me. Today I am so excited because we're going to be talking about my favorite makeup products of 2022. This is very exciting for me because 2022 is the year that I kind of got back into makeup around summertime. It was really the year of cream bronzers and illuminators and just glowiness in general, and that's kind of my jam. And I feel like that's what really drew me back into the makeup world. So if you'd like to see how I got this full face using all of my 2022 faves, then keep watching. First up is a product that I rarely do my makeup without. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I use the shade 6 Tan. It's a cream illuminator that you can use on the high points of your face, or you can use it all over for an ultra glowy base. I used to do that, but now that my foundations that I go to are really glowy on their own, I don't need that extra glow. I've been using this product for around 4 years and I still haven't found a replacement, but I did just buy the e.l.f. Halo Glow, so we will see how that goes. But back to the Charlotte Tilbury, I just love how undetectable it is on the skin. Like once you blend it in, you really can't see where it starts and stops. So that makes it great for no makeup days, no foundation. It doesn't need that extra product to really blend in and look natural. It just makes me feel really put together, and I never do my makeup for a special event without it. Like, it's a non-negotiable. Okay, now my favorite foundation of 2022 was the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, and I use the shade Tahoe. I used to use the Natural Radiant Longwear foundation that they have, but I find that it transfers a bit too much, and this one just gives me that same glow, but it's a little more transfer proof. This foundation also makes my skin look and feel like velvet, especially in combo with the setting powder. That's my favorite. We'll get to that later. But together they are just quite the team of making my skin look so dreamy. This is my go-to date night or event foundation because it gives me a little more coverage than a skin tint, but it doesn't feel that much thicker than like a MAC Face and Body, which is my go-to skin tint. And so I don't feel like I'm wearing a mask on my face. It just feels breathable and very natural. So I love that this gives me the experience of a fuller coverage foundation without having to sacrifice a pleasant sensory experience. For concealers, I actually have two favorites and both of them are new to me. The first one is the Kulfi concealer, and I use the shade Glossy Guava. This is a very creamy and hydrating formula, so what I like to do is once I apply it, I kind of pat out any creases and then it stays put for the rest of the day. I have very dry under eyes, so this kind of brings more life into them, but doesn't feel like too cakey or thick on my under eyes. Also, the more orange tone of this shade makes it perfect for covering up any discoloration or darkness. So I like that on days when I kind of just want to get through my makeup process, I can skip a step of using a color corrector and only use this concealer. If you like the Kosas Creamy Concealer, I definitely think you would like this and you should give it a try. My second concealer is the Bobbi Brown Skin Corrector Stick in Dark Peach. This is a stick concealer with a pretty thin formula. It's not especially dry, in my opinion, especially because I have dry under eyes, but I find that if you put it on top of an eye cream, that helps it sink in and look the most natural. If I only had time to use one product in the morning, it would be this. I love that it looks great on top of foundation or bare skin, because when a product is that versatile, it means I'm going to reach for it all the time, because I'm not wearing foundation every single day. Both of these concealers, especially together, are such winners and just make for the most natural and slightly brightened under eye, and I love them. Next we have the Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer in Medium Dark. This is a wicked good cream bronzer, and a lot of cream bronzers came out in 2022, like a lot of them had me turning my head, but this is the one that captured my interest and I kept coming back to because it was so different. It's a very thin and emollient formula, which makes it super easy to blend and build up, and that's also why it looks so natural. It's quite sheer, so you can wear it without foundation and it won't stand out or look awkward, but when you put it on top of foundation, it just adds this warm dimension and without making it feel too heavy. It's also glowy enough that I can skip highlighter if I want to. Rarely want to skip highlighter, but I just love how glowy and healthy this makes my skin, which is why I'm always reaching for it. For highlighter, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand in Goldgasm, and this has been a favorite of mine for years. I know there are a lot of liquid highlighters out there, but for my skin tone, nothing has surpassed this one. It gives every look a golden hour, just radiance that is so beautiful. This formula blends so seamlessly into my skin that I can just use my fingers to apply it, and it's also really long lasting because it does dry down. I think literally its only flaw is that the packaging is atrocious. Okay, blush. My favorite this year was the Tower 28 Beach Please blush in the shade Golden Hour. This year I tried the Rare Beauty liquid blushes and the Patrick Ta cream and powder duos, but for a non-powder blush, this remains my favorite formula. This formula is hydrating, but it's not greasy, and the pigment shows up really well on my skin tone. Some cream blushes have the fallback where they kind of blend away into nothing, but this shade especially shears out really nicely, but you can also build it up where you want for more pigment super easily. I love this shade for bronzy looks, but I've also been enjoying it with more plum and berry tones, so I feel like this shade especially just works really well year-round for my skin tone. My brow product of the year is the e.l.f. Brow Lift. Now this isn't a mind-blowing discovery, but it's an affordable alternative to a product that I had been using, and it works just as well. It holds my brows all day, and it doesn't get flaky, which you think wouldn't be a lot to ask for, but it surprisingly is. So I'm just really happy to have this reliable, affordable product in my collection. My favorite eyeshadow of the year is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in Rosebud. Now, I love Super Shock shadows. I have quite a few of them. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing a swatch video. But this shade specifically has stood out to me this year. It's this chocolatey brown shade, but it's packed with these pink and gold glitters. I just love how this complements my eyes and brings out the brown in them. It's also not too dark of a brown, so I like to wear it all over my lid during the daytime, and at night I might add a little smokier dark brown in the outer corner. So it's a pretty versatile shade. Also, if you're not familiar with the Super Shock Shadow formula, it's like a putty consistency. You can really smush it around in the pan, but it applies so smoothly and it lasts all day. I also had to mention these NYX Glow Shots in the shades Golden Goji and Wow Cacao, and I'm obsessed with these. When these liquid eyeshadows were released, I was like, tell me more. They just look so sparkly and reflective, and the applicator shape intrigued me because it looked like you could really get into the inner corner or use it to line under your eyes. It seemed very versatile. So I got 3 shades and they lived up to the hype. All the shades that I have share the same thin, metallic formula that's packed with lots of shimmers. Wow Cacao is a bright copper with orange and silver reflex. I really like to use this sheared out on my lid all over for like a really simple quick look. But I also like to layer in the center on top of another eyeshadow just to bring more attention to my pupil. Golden Goji is a champagne beige with silver and blue reflex. I love using it in my inner corner in the center of my lower lash line. It just really brings all the attention to my eyes. It's also great for layering with another shimmer. Sometimes I'll use it as a base in my inner corner and then add Wow Cacao on top for more of a natural inner corner that isn't quite so like. Overall, I'm just really enjoying the formula of these glow shots, and there are like 13 colors of them, but I think I've gotten a good group of natural and then a little bit more shimmery and fun. Next we have the Stila Stay All Day liner in dark brown, and this is undefeated in my opinion. No other liner has really come close. It's the perfect dark brown to me that isn't too warm, and it's also not just basically black. The felt tip makes it so easy to draw wings on and get really precise little lines, which is ideal because I have kind of small hooded eyes and there are a lot of folds to watch out for. It's also budge proof, but it doesn't require a ton of tugging to remove, so love that. For mascara, it's the Rare Beauty mascara for me. I absolutely love what this does to my lashes. It makes them look so fluttery and voluminous. It really makes me feel unstoppable. It also never flakes on me. I have really sensitive eyes, which is why I rarely wear mascara. I kind of just get lash lifts, but this stays in place. I've repurchased this several times and I've pretty much stopped looking at other mascaras. I'm a one mascara woman, but if there was a tubing mascara that gave me the same effect, I might be turning my head. My last product of 2022 is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, and I use the shade Medium Beige. I do not know what is in this powder, but it just blurs my pores and takes down the shine of my makeup without taking away the glow. Like, it's magic. This is a must whenever I wear foundation, and I especially love the combo of this and the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I just feel like it makes my skin look so dreamy and soft. I love it. And then I just finished off this look with some classic MAC Fix Plus setting spray. You can't go wrong with it to kind of just meld everything together, make it look super seamless. And of course, I had to add my favorite NYX butter gloss in the shade Tiramisu. I got multiples of her. She's in my purse, she's in my makeup cart. There's probably a really expired one somewhere. Hope she's doing well. But I just love this new gloss. It finishes off any look. I don't have to think too hard about it. So those are my favorite makeup products of 2022. I feel like there's a really cool mix of new stuff and old favorites, and I just love seeing them come together in harmony, and also show that you don't have to really be running out to buy every release. There is some stuff in your collection that probably stands the test of time. This year really reignited my love of makeup, and I'm just so excited to chat about it with y'all. So if you want to let me know what your favorite products were of 2022 in the comments, I'll be right there chatting with you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for 2023, and I can't wait to see what it brings us. I'm excited to grow and create with you all. So I'll see you in my next video.